All analytics are not created equally, and not all analytical approaches are appropriate for every situation. Because of this, it's important to understand what analytics are and what types of insights they can unlock as you strive to make the best decisions you can with the data that you have. One model attributed to Thomas Davenport, introduced in Competing on Analytics, plots different types of analytics on a chart. The axes represent value add and sophistication or complexity. Simpler analytical approaches, like those that describe what has happened in the past, tend to be less complex, are more accessible, and tend to deliver less value relative to more complex approaches. As complexity increases, so too does the value of the results derived from the analytical endeavor. The primary types of analytics can be arranged in this way. To identify the answer to questions like what happened in the past, how many, how often, and where, we might employ descriptive analytics. These approaches might manifest themselves as standard and ad hoc reporting, queries and drill downs, and alerts and controls. Often, we can use simple statistics like aggregations or sums, measures of central tendency like mean, median, and mode, and basic statistical summaries to analyze the shape of data to answer such questions. To answer questions like what if these trends continue, or what will happen next, we leverage predictive analytics. Predictive analytics equip an analyst with additional tools beyond descriptive analytics to create forecasts and engage in data mining and predictive modeling. Predictive analytics equipped an analyst with additional tools beyond descriptive analytics in order to create forecasts and engage in data mining and predictive modeling. Some versions of this model will include diagnostic analytics in between descriptive and predictive analytics to identify why something is happening. These answers are often achieved using descriptive approaches. At even higher levels of complexity and value, we have prescriptive analytics. Prescriptive analytics focuses on questions like what should happen or what decision will yield the best results. Analytical approaches used in this case include optimization, simulation, quantitative modeling, scenario analysis, and experimentation. These are often complex and require additional data sophistication and frequently more computing power to analyze a variety of scenarios. More recently, self-learning algorithms have been introduced, and in the newest edition of Competing on Analytics, autonomous analytics have been identified. There are a couple of things to keep in mind, however. Not every problem requires a complex solution. While we all want to be advanced, there is a lot of value on the less complex portion of the value complexity curve. In my personal teaching, I often see students that are particularly excited about advanced analytics or those analytical approaches that are predictive or prescriptive in nature. While this is great, it's important to focus on the basics too. Each technique and approach, whether it's a statistical test, a programming trick, or an analytical framework, is a tool that you get to put into your analytics toolbox. As you work on more and more problems with data, you get practice with choosing the appropriate tool to use from your toolbox. There's no need to take out a sophisticated and mighty table saw when a small hacksaw will do the trick. So too it is with analytics. Sometimes a less sophisticated approach delivers just the right value and right on time. Regardless of where you're starting today along this model, improving is an ongoing process. There are constantly better decisions that can be made as better information is obtained, and new approaches reveal even better solutions to complex problems. Computing power is cheaper and more abundant than ever. Data is integrated into our daily lives and helps us to make an ever-increasing number of decisions about how we live our lives. An end to this is not in sight. Everyone will need to use data in some way, shape, or form in order to thrive in today's world. Let us know your thoughts on this in the comments below. In what ways do you use data in your everyday life that makes knowing how to make sense of it an absolute necessity? Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one. And subscribe to our channel so that you can get updates as we release new content.